The sea can be as misleading as it is calming. It's a peaceful representation today, with just a handful of distant white horses visible to the naked eye, and is disarmingly beautiful. Blue skies lace the horizons, yachts gracefully catch the breeze, offering a delightful sailing experience. The ocean stirs up an emotional whirl in me. One glance at the Lifeboat Station, and my mind takes me back to a weekend expedition a few years ago that made me yearn for the highly sophisticated lifeboats and equipment we have today. Incredible as it may seem, lifeboats back in the day lacked any motorized function and were merely rowboats. The task of manoeuvring these hefty vessels down to the sea often fell upon the resilient women of the village. Grace Darling, in fact, carried out the heroic rescue of 9 men from the sea using nothing but such a boat in the year 1884. I digress from the tale in hand. I used to reside in a small fishing village along the coast. The delightful hamlet was a favourite amongst tourists for its charming harbour, eccentric fishing vessels, and yacht facilities. My brother David, along with his wife Jane, frequently dropped by for weekend visits back when we had our yacht nestled within the confines of the bay. How vividly those memories linger. One particular weekend, their friends Jack and Tom, who were novices in the art of sailing, joined us, yearning for an adventurous day out on the yacht. Our weekend adventure kicked off at our neighbourhood pub, revelling in the music of the local live band. An exciting beginning to the weekend. As dawn broke the next day, we were bustling to prepare the yacht, checking every nautical gear. Our enthusiasm was unmistakable, but fate had different plans. My hand got jammed in a winch, fracturing my wrist. A grim realization washed over me. I would likely miss out on the exhilarating outing. The rest of the day was spent at the hospital and then back home to rest. The others went out for lunch and took in the sights of the village. The following morning, I found myself still grappling with pain and chose to crawl back into the sanctuary of my bed. Jack and Tom were still keen to go sailing, so David and Jane set off with them. I awoke to the loud sounds of the lifeboat pager. I anxiously peeked out of the window, noticing how dramatically nature had shifted its course. The heavens above were draped in eerie darkness, hinting at a downpour. An instinct within me triggered, and despite my bandaged wrist, I hastily dressed and hurried down to the harbour. As I arrived, the lifeboat had already launched. The yacht in the distance, obviously in peril, was thrown off course and edging dangerously close to the rocky coastline. A wave of nausea hit me, leaving me cold and shaken as I watched the lifeboat and its brave crew wrestle against the wild elements in an attempt to rescue the people on board the drifting yacht. It was a sight far too distressing to bear. That fateful day, the lifeboat and its crew battled against nature and time. Jack and Tom were miraculously hauled to safety, but the cruel combination of exhaustion and harsh elements hindered any chance of David and Jane sharing the same fate. Their luck ran out that day. Since then, I've not had the heart to sail again. I often return to the village, visiting the silent gravestone and the haunting spot where I last saw our yacht. My broken wrist, a painful inconvenience in any other scenario, played the unlikely hero, saving my life, but the memories of my brother and his wife on that tragic day will truly haunt me forever.